You ever notice how Chelsea always seem to show up when they're not supposed to? Think about it. 2012, 2021, 2025. 3 different squads, 3 different managers, same result. The favorite gets clipped, the headlines get rewritten, and Chelsea, they walk away with the trophy. This isn't normal. It's not just form or momentum, it's something deeper. Most clubs need structure, a long-term project, a 5-year plan. Chelsea, they need one night. They thrive in it, live for it, almost wait for it. When the pressure's at its highest, when the opponent is shining, when the world says, not this time, that's exactly when Chelsea become Chelsea. And I know what you might be thinking. Maybe it's just luck, maybe it's coincidence, but how many times does it have to happen before we call it what it is? A pattern, a blueprint, a mentality. So let's dig into it. Let's revisit 3 nights where Chelsea didn't just win, they dismantled Europe's biggest teams. Let's figure out how this so-called inconsistent club keeps breaking giants under the lights. Because I'll tell you now, this isn't about one golden generation. It's about something wired into the club itself. Are Chelsea just lucky, or are they built for the unthinkable? Let's be real. This one should have been impossible. Barcelona, prime Xavi, prime Iniesta, prime Messi, the best team on the planet, maybe the best we've ever seen. And Chelsea, hanging on by a thread. Camp Nou, second leg of the semifinal. But here's where it gets interesting. Chelsea didn't panic. They never do. Even when Busquets put Barca ahead, even when John Terry got sent off before halftime, most teams would have folded right there. But Chelsea held on, knowing they'd already lose Ramirez and Mireles for the final through suspension. Then something flipped. Lampard collects the ball, quick pass forward. Ramirez, out of nowhere, chips Valdez like he's playing 5-a-side in the park.
Lampard's done well on this rare attack, and it's a lovely ball as well. A chance here! It's a goal!
And suddenly Barcelona start to look nervous. And Chelsea, they just get colder. Second half, Barca pushing with everything. Penalty for Messi, off the bar. Then wave after wave of attacks. But Petr Cech, monster. Ashley Cole clearing off the line. Bodies flying everywhere, pure grit. And then the moment. Last minute, one clearance. Messi misjudges it, and Torres, of all people, is in the clear. Rounds the keeper, empty net, silence.
Of the season, it's Torres to give Chelsea a place in the Champions League final.
It wasn't just a goal, it was a statement. A scream into the face of football's hierarchy. We don't care how pretty your game is, we're still here. Chelsea were down to 10 against the best side in the world and still walked out of the Camp Nou with a ticket to the final. You still think it's luck? Or are you starting to see what this club is made of? And hey, if you've made it this far, I've got a favor to ask. I'm trying to hit 100 subscribers, and every single one counts. Drop your thoughts in the comments, and if you're enjoying the ride, hit that subscribe button. It genuinely helps more than you know. You know how football's supposed to work? The better team dominates, the one with 35 shots, 54% possession, playing at home, in their own stadium. That team's supposed to win, right? That was Bayern Munich, Champions League, final, Allianz Arena, everything in their favor. And Chelsea, not even full strength. Bertrand, a left back, starting on the wing. Mikel doing double the running. Mata marked out of the game. Everyone knew, everyone, that Bayern would lift that trophy. But this is Chelsea we're talking about. They weren't trying to outplay Bayern. They knew they couldn't. What they could do was hold the line and wait. Wait for a mistake. Wait for one chance. Wait for Drogba. For 88 minutes, they suffered. Cech made save after save. Bozingua defended like a man possessed. Cole, Cahill, Lampard, all backs to the wall. It was brutal. It was ugly. It was brilliant. And then it came. One corner, one leap, one unstoppable header from Drogba.
Mata into what Drogba! What Chelsea's man for the big occasion.
1-1. Extra time? A penalty for Robin? Saved! Of course it was. Then the shootout. Bayern blinked. Schweinsteiger hit the post. Drogba walked up like he already knew. Calm, clinical. Chelsea, champions of Europe. They took 9 shots to Bayern's 35 and walked away with the biggest trophy in club football. You still want to talk about luck? Or are you starting to realize this club plays a different game? Some clubs build empires. Chelsea, they build movements. You ever notice that? This club doesn't need a dominant season, doesn't need to be favorites. What they need is a stage. One big night, one massive opponent, one chance. And they show up like it's the only match that ever mattered. It goes way back. Gianfranco Zola in a Cup Winners' Final. Lampard dropping worldies in derbies. Drogba turning finals into folklore. And now, Cole Palmer. Same weight, same energy. It's like the shirt remembers. These aren't players just performing well. They're rising when everything's on the line. Not once, not twice, over and over. Havertz in Porto. Drogba in Munich. Ramirez in Barcelona. Palmer in the World Cup final. The names change, the aura doesn't. There's something about Chelsea where pressure doesn't crush, it sharpens. While other teams overthink, overplay, overreach, Chelsea simplify. They execute. It's not superstition, it's not luck. It's the cult of the big night, and it lives in blue. Let's go back to Porto, 2021. You remember that final. City had steamrolled their way through Europe. Possession football perfected. Pep at his best. Everyone was ready to crown them. Chelsea, still figuring themselves out. But that night, they flipped the script. Tuchel didn't try to outplay City. He dismantled their patterns. He exposed their shape. He made them uncomfortable. Reece James and Chilwell pinned the wings. Mount found half spaces. Havertz ran Zinchenko ragged, but it wasn't about who had more touches. It was about who did more with them. And Edouard Mendy, calm, collected. Behind a defense that didn't just defend, it controlled space. Chelsea baited City into pressing on one side, then punished them on the other. A single pass from Mount, and Havertz was in.
Havertz is through here. He's round Henderson and he must score. He has scored. Kai Havertz, Champions League hero, immortality.
The moment City hesitated, Chelsea struck. And here's the thing, this wasn't lucky. It was planned, rehearsed, delivered. Chelsea don't win these games by chance. They engineer chaos, and they thrive in it. So when people talk about underdogs, remind them, underdogs don't plan this well. No one saw this coming. PSG were flying. A treble-winning side. They'd walk through Real Madrid and Bayern like it was routine. Luis Enrique had them playing beautiful, lethal football. And then Chelsea happened. By halftime, 3-0. No exaggeration, no fluke, just dominance. And here's the thing. It wasn't one player, it was a plan. A blueprint. A lesson in control without the ball and chaos with it. Enzo Maresca threw PSG off from the first whistle. Reece James is a hybrid midfielder. Caicedo everywhere. John Pedro pulling defenders out of shape. Palmer living in the right channel like it was his garden. And Robert Sanchez, calm under pressure, picking passes, freezing Dembele with one look, then launching plays from deep. All 3 goals came from that same weakness, PSG's blind spot on their left. They exploited it over and over. Gusto overlapping, Palmer gliding inside, João Pedro finishing moves with cold precision. This wasn't survival. This was execution. And by the time PSG tried to respond, it was over. Their structure crumbled, their press got slower, their decisions panicked. Chelsea didn't just win the Club World Cup. They exposed a European giant on the biggest stage. They reminded everyone the badge may change, the generation may shift, but the instinct to ruin the script, that stays. Let's face it, Chelsea rarely do it the easy way. They don't glide through seasons. They grind, they stagger, they sack managers mid-year. They drop points in October and then lift trophies in May. It's messy, it's dramatic, and somehow it works. Because this club doesn't grow in comfort, it sharpens in chaos. You saw it in 2012, backs against the wall, down a man at Camp Nou, winning on enemy ground in Munich. In 2012, still piecing the squad together under a new manager, yet dismantling Europe's best. In 2025, doubted, dismissed, and then demolishing PSG in a final they weren't even expecting to reach. Chelsea needs doubt. They feed on it. It's like the club can't function when things are too smooth. They need the pressure, the noise, the writing off. That's when they come alive. While other teams collapse under expectation, Chelsea finds clarity. While favorites overthink, they simplify. And just when the world stops paying attention, boom! Another night, another upset, another medal. So if you're still calling this club inconsistent, maybe look again. They're not built to dominate eras. They're built to ruin them.